you know, there's smelling like an apple, and then there's smelling like apple pie and apple dessert, something that somebody gonna, just be like, just sense the air with. There is a difference. And today I'm going to talk about my apples. And my apples are not, Granny Smith apples or just, that apple scent. We talking about apples, sweet apples, sweet dessert apples, things that you would want to nibble on, things that you want to have in your mouth, things that you want to be like, oh my goodness, that smells so good. It smells like dessert. Those are the kind of apples we're going to talk about today. So if you are looking for an apple pie, an apple tart, a taffy apple kind of vibe to your fragrance, I got 3 you need to hear about. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so let's talk about apple fragrances. The first one I want to talk about is the first one that I got once I started getting into fragrances again. And, I never thought I was in the gourmands and I would want to smell like apple pie, but I do, especially when it's cold outside, when it's, when the weather changes and it's like sweater weather and, it's all about staying cozy and everything. Smelling like apple pie is kind of cool. So let me just talk about them in order. The first one is Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. Now this is in Fragcom, folks love Casablanca. It has apples, it has grapes, it has a little caramel, it has suede in it, patchouli. So here's the thing with this one. This does have like this kind of taffy apple kind of vibe to it. It really does. It is a very beautiful fragrance if you are looking for one, and it's pretty inexpensive. It has gone up because it has become more popular, but really but it's 100 mils under like around $50 now. I think I paid like 30 something when I got it. But anyway, it's one of those things that if you want to smell like a taffy apple, but still have like, a little amber in it, it dries down and it has a really nice sweetness in the dry down, but it stays it's not too overwhelmingly appley or, that kind of apple pie vibe. That's what you want Casablanca. So Casablanca is that one. Now this one is the latest apple I've gotten, and that is Nobel 1942's La Danza de la Blue. Sorry, I just cannot say that mess right. Anyway, it's the Dance of the Dragonflies. All right, so this is a apple pie. Now in the top, honestly, for me, I get this really strong citrus from the bergamot, but it's got bergamot, it's got apples, it's got cinnamon, it's got a little cocoa in it. It really does smell like an apple pie, but it smells like a very subtle apple pie. So even though it's really it's not as strong as the next one I'm going to talk about, but it's beautiful. Now, the only thing on me is like, I have to watch myself when I spray it because I don't know what's in here. But when I spray it, it makes me sneeze. Now, don't worry, I can get past the sneeze. I'm still going to wear it, but it does make me sneeze in the beginning. But it is just like, first off, the bottle is stunning. It's just like this, it just makes you feel like you're smelling this beautiful, this smells like a French tart, apple tart. It gives me more of that, Parisian vibe to it. It's a very Parisian apple tart, or going into a French bakery and smell, and them having, this is the kind of apple that it reminds me of. It has a very French flair to it, and it is Italian, so it has a very European flair to it, which is has a lightness to it, just a slight lightness. It's still a strong beautiful apple, but it still has an airiness to it and a lightness that makes it really like the dance of the dragonflies. It feels airy like a dragonfly. All right, so now the last apple I have is this one right here. And when I smelled this, I got some samples. I was like, oh, I have to have this. And I did. And this is Rose All Day by Gallagher. This is this deep, deep apple crisp with plum in it, with a little brown sugar. Oh my goodness. Now it does have a stainless steel note in it, so it has a slightly metallic vibe to it. So it's not for everybody. Even though a lot of people love this fragrance, understand that there is this underlying metallic stainless steel note in it that not everybody vibes with. But if you do, and you want to smell like straight up Thanksgiving, Christmas dessert, if you want to smell like your grandmother's apple pie back in the day, you know, when you came into your grandmother or your great auntie's house, or whomever was the baker in the family, and you came in and they was baking apple pies, and the house just was so fragrant with that smell of apples and just brown sugar, and oh, that is Rose All Day. Now, when it comes down to which one you really need or want, for me, this is the ultimate apple fragrance. But it's not apple like apple out of the orchard. This is apple pie. This is apple pie. So I want to smell like apple pie. I want to smell like an apple crisp. I want to smell like somebody's grandma's house at Christmas time. Honestly, of the three, the least I like that I could, if I was going to give up one, if I say give up some, I'd give up Casablanca. Even though I like Casablanca, it's a really pretty fragrance. It just isn't on the level of these two. You know, they each have a different apple pie, apple tart vibe to them. They're very striking apples. These are those two, Nobel 1942 and Gallagher, are very striking apples. If you're looking for that apple vanilla smell like a dessert, those are very striking. This Casablanca is like a taffy apple. So, you know, it's the one that I could give up. Of the other two, no, I want them. This one, okay, I might give this one up. So that's it for my apples of fall. You know, my apple crisp, my taffy apples, my apple tarts, and my apple pies of fall. If you have any of these, let me know. What are your thoughts about them? Or are you thinking about getting any of them? Are they like on your radar, on your wish list? Let me know about it. Okay, I got to do this. I hate doing this. All right. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like or give it a thumbs down. And as always, go and hit that subscribe on your way out. It's right down underneath me, because, you know, that's just a polite thing to do on your way out when you visit somebody's YouTube channel. All right, y'all. I've said I've said it. I'm done with it. Let's keep it going. All right. It's your Lulu. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Bye-bye.